So welcome along then to this match reaction following Arsenal 2, Southampton 0, and some housekeeping first of all. This episode is sponsored by OneFootball. Do make sure you check out the excellent free OneFootball app to be kept up to date and notified of the latest scores, stats and news all in one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link below this video. So this afternoon, obviously a disappointing result, but it wasn't the worst performance in history like some people might suggest on social media. Do not subscribe to those comments because people are already having a meltdown and there's still a lot of football to play. Look, today, there's no bones about it, perhaps let down by a couple more individual errors once again. You know, if we start from the top, we started, relatively brightly, a solo effort from Redmond. No help from up there, but within 60 seconds of that chance, Arsenal do take the lead. And I suppose this week's culprits, we love a scapegoat, don't we, as Southampton fans? But the two today, for me, the first goal has got to be pointed at Jan Bednarek. And it is, perhaps fair to him, he has been the best defender for Hasenhüttl since he's been in. But he was guilty of playing the man on side, which led to Lacazette's, I suppose, nonchalant little back flick to lead to the first goal. And as for the second, it could be suggested once again, Jack Stephens at fault. The dispossession, in a fairly comfortable position was catastrophic for him once again, which led to the Arsenal attack and eventually the second goal. But for me, I think Jack Stephens he's made now 3 catastrophic errors or mistakes leading to goals in the last couple of games. And I think it's about time that he is replaced by Mayo Yoshida. Bring him back to the first team. We want to see a bit more experience from Yoshida, and surely those fatal errors from Stephens cannot warrant a first-team place at the moment. So I think it's about time Yoshida comes back into the team on Wednesday. Other than that, I suppose you could say Arsenal, they took their foot off the gas, didn't they? They look fairly comfortable since their 2 goals, and we had a couple of half chances, but that's as good as it got. A drilling shot from Matty Targett, a half volley from Ward-Prowse, and a looping header from Charlie Austin, but that's it. That's as good as it got. And it is a shame, Charlie Austin, he's lost his record about scoring against Arsenal, but it's as good as it got for Saints this afternoon. And I suppose little can be taken from this performance. Not too many positives, are there? A couple of, question marks over fitness again. Obafemi getting hooked off, the impact on his hamstring, perhaps too early for him as well. But, and I think also little to suggest the imagination that nothing was sort of learnt from the trip to Tenerife last week. But I suppose at the end of the day, we always knew Arsenal, it was not going to be easy. The cliche is, of course, we're always looking to Wednesday. That's a bigger game in the circumstances. We're going to go to Wednesday with more intent. But it has to be said, we now put a bit of pressure on our backs. Fulham this Wednesday is huge. Vital for our chances to obviously stay up. The circumstances are there, only still within 1 point of Cardiff. But listen, the last 2 results, obviously a huge disappointment, but we certainly look more capable of staying up under Hasenhüttl than we did with Mark Hughes. And I think I have to say to everybody that's watching this video and support the Saints on Wednesday, get behind the team and we can see them to victory. If we have that poisonous, constant moaning and groaning, then it will take an adverse effect on the team. It will put pressure on our own team at home. We have our job to do, get behind the squad. The last 2 games were disappointment, but Wednesday, let's see them to victory. Of course, a lot to learn from today, but it wasn't terminal. We've still got it in our hands. There's still a lot of games to play and believe that we've got the ability to stay up in this division. Get through these next couple of tough fixtures and it's all in our own hands from there on. Of course, do let us know your thoughts after the result this afternoon. Join us later on this week for our Fulham preview where we also take a look, I suppose, at the Arsenal result in more detail. But do let me know what you think about the result this afternoon. Thank you very much for watching.